Let's go.
Get your copy of Fire. It's definitely a must-read. If you enjoy hood books, this one is it. Just like the title of the book, it's officially Fire. Get it on Amazon, paperback or Kindle.
Can't understand why we treat each other in this way. Taking up time with the silly, silly games we play. We've got our love, and no matter how it's said or done, oh, 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 we are one. No matter what we do, we are one. God will see us through, we are one. And that's the way it is. Sometimes I feel that we try to make each other sad. I don't know why. Things we do, how we make each other feel so bad. We've got so much, we could all be having so much fun. Oh, 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 we are one. From the very start, we are. Deep down in your heart, we are. And that's the way it is. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. with the silly, silly games we play. We've got our love, and no matter how it's said or done. Oh, 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 I will see us through the eye, and that's the way it is. Yeah. Right from the very start, deep down in your heart, and that's the way it is. You can get away. That's the way. That's the way.
Peace. This is the enemy's public, and I am Bro.Nasir. I hope everyone is having a good evening. First, before I get started, I want to say rest in peace to the great Frankie Beverly. Frankie Beverly and Mays was one of my father's very favorite groups. My father loved Frankie Beverly. He is the one who put me up on Frankie Beverly among other music that I listen to this day. My father is responsible for most of it. Whatever taste or whatever music you hear me play, besides like the hip hop, and some of the hip hop he influenced me on too, actually. But the R&B and soul that you hear me play, that's my dad's influence. But this evening, brothers and sisters, I like to speak about priority. This society prioritize certain people, and we must begin to prioritize ourselves, meaning choose a side, because inclusiveness costs too much. Now, I have a very important question. Why, when every time we're having a conversation about what goes on with our people or what happens to our people, one of us have to attempt to offset the conversation by saying this happened to other people also, or this happens to others more than it happens to us. And then these fools among us use their statistics as if they are not liars with no credibility, just to undermine the conversation. I'm telling our people that we must choose a side. If I see you on the fence or even climbing the fence, I'm going to push you over to the other side. I may just knock you over. I won't say how though, but I may just knock you over. If you don't choose a side, eventually one will be chosen for you. Uncertainties and inclusiveness is too costly in this day and time. Myself, I don't have the patience because this is not a play day, and we as a people shouldn't have time for such foolishness. We shouldn't engage in anyone's foolishness, inside and out, foreign or domestic. Now, when I say choose a side, I'm not speaking about Republican or Democrat. It's us against both of them. War has been waged against us, and we as a people need to tighten up, not argue back and forth about a political party or candidate or debating microscopic, non pertinent information or history. I'm going to ask my people again, what's going on today? What's going on today, right now? Can we discuss that? Is it too much responsibility? Or is it that we have to actually think together that is the problem? Think and act collectively together. Is that the problem? Is it the problem that there's no individual winner when we come together and do something collectively? See, there's no individual winner. We win together when we all come together and think and act collectively on our behalf. We win together. Now, I like to know who's with that. Some of us love the self aggrandizing and have the alone at the top mentality. On top of your own people to look down on. That's what it is. If I would serve anyone in this world, if I would become a servant to anyone, it would be my people. Because my people are top priority. I'll never wish harm to other people, yet I will see to it that no harm comes to mine. Again, I will never wish harm on other people, but I will see to it that no harm comes to my people. That's prioritizing. That's priority. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone else does it. Everybody prioritize their people except us. We don't prioritize our own people. Game is ran on us to have some inclusiveness and sympathy for others when it's not their sentiment towards us. To be very truthful about this, religion has done this to us. Religion made us be this inclusive, caring about everybody, forgiving man and woman, because a lot of people will ask us, what would Jesus do? We think that we have to be good no matter what the situation or how bad the people treat us. We have to be good because it's godly. That's what we're taught. We have to be good because it's godly. Yet the first law in the universe is motion. Everything must move or it dies. And the first law of nature is self-preservation. That's the first law of nature. Of course, myself as an individual, yet certainly us as a people. I don't like the fear mongering when it comes to politics. People telling us that this is the most important election in our lifetime, something that I hear every 3.5 years. The ignorant among us would rather have hope for a politician than to come together as a people. I think that's very, very backwards. Peace. Greetings to my sister Sharon Walker. Thanks for tapping in. I think it's backwards to have hope for a politician than to come together as a people. If we're together as we should be, like we should be, it wouldn't matter who's in a political office from the bottom to the top when the top is a damn cesspool. Yet that's the priority of some of our people looking at a politician, hoping that they would be benevolent enough to give us crumbs when I know I've been here almost 60 years. All my adult life, my voting age, I haven't seen a politician that actually done anything for our people or attempted to be benevolent towards our people or actually showed that they even cared one iota for our people. Now, political candidates have us in our ignorance arguing back and forth over them. And they're looking at us like, look at these fools arguing back and forth over me. While they chuckle in their silliness, we argue back and forth over a politician that didn't come around us prior to wanting something from us. They don't show their face unless they want something from us. And then after they get what they want from us, they disappear. And it's so crazy and ironic how accessible a politician is when they're trying to get that office. Very accessible. You can shake their hand, you can talk to them, very accessible when they're trying to get an office. But once they get that office, they're untouchable. You can't access them, you can't talk to them, they won't answer the phone or none of that once they get that office. And the higher the office, the less access we have to these people. Now, the mayor, you can always catch the mayor coming out of City Hall. You can always go to the city council meeting. But the higher they go in politics, the less access we have to these bloodsuckers or the poor. Peace to my brother, P. Moses. Thanks for tapping in. The less access we have to them, the higher they go in office. Now, this is buffoonery at its worst when we go at each other over parties we're not invited to. We're not invited to the Republican Party or we're not invited to the Democratic Party. Most of the time we're at these parties We are servants or the entertainment. Now, speaking about political parties. Now, neither party is ours, the jackass or the elephant. Now, we also must understand that if it's nothing on the table for us, that's not our table. If it's nothing on the table for us, it's not our table. Also, if you are not invited to the table, 9 times out of 10, you're on the menu. If you're not invited to the table, you're on the menu. Now, they send people at us to try to convince us that we must accept an illusion of a choice. An illusion of a choice. They'll tell us, accept the mumps or the measles. They'll tell us, accept the less of two evils. The illusion of a choice. They'll tell people to tell us that we must choose or we're not doing our civic duty. We must choose or we can't complain when we continue to get nothing. Already not getting anything, we can't complain when we continue to get nothing. And there's always somebody telling us this that is in a higher tax bracket, doing a lot better than us financially, telling us that we got to go out and vote. Now, these are the same people who are frustrated with us over our rebelliousness to be sheep. They're the same ones that was trying to convince us that the hokey pokey was something beneficial to us. Those same people. They don't even change their strategy. They don't change nothing up. They think these buffoonish, and to me it's insulting. They think these buffoonish ass Negroes who are in entertainment influence us. They think that they can come tell us to do something and we'll do it. To me, that's insulting. That they can send Steve Harvey, they can send Ricky Smiley to us to tell us to do something, and we will actually follow behind those ignorant, buffoonish ass Negroes. To me, that's insulting. Now, the circus I seen the other night further tells me that we are on our own. We've always been on our own. Whatever strides, big or small, have always came from us coming together and having it in our minds that things must change. Then we went to work to affect that change. That's the only way we got strides. Whatever strides we have, that's the way we got those strides, by coming together, putting our minds together, then working together to affect that change. Nobody ever, the government has never aided us in none of our endeavors. Not a mayor, no governor, no president has ever advocated for our people. Not one. My confidence is and will always be us and with us. There's no benevolent politician that's going to do a damn thing for our people. My vote is for us, our people. Yet, we have dangerous people among us with their mentality. Telling us to relax, don't stop, look, and listen, because the enemy is a figment of our imagination. We got people telling us this. We have people telling us that we don't have enemies. Telling us even those who kill us intentionally because of who we are not our enemies. They're telling us this. They telling us Sean Grayson is not an enemy to us. They're telling us that George Zimmerman is not an enemy to us, or Kyle Rittenhouse or Derek Chauvin is not an enemy to us. Our domestic enemy want to lead us to the slaughter like we're in a slaughterhouse. They want to line us up and suggest that we stick our heads in a device that lifts our head up so the man who working in the slaughterhouse can slit our throats. They tell us, don't worry though, your enemy won't do that. It's just our imagination. That's what they tell us. That's what our domestic enemies tell us. That we don't have to worry about having an enemy. We don't have enemies. Meanwhile, we can't even drive down the highway without being pulled over and fall a victim to law enforcement. Brothers could get pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt and get beaten almost to death. This means that he was better off driving at 100 miles an hour without a seatbelt on. He was safer doing that than having an encounter with the police. And that's crazy. Now, I'm going to play a music selection real quick, and I'll return in a few minutes. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. A lot of us would say this system is broken, and it's not. It's not broken. It's working according to how it was designed to work. But you can't tell some of our people that. Give me 1 second. Let me present this, share my screen.
This is it right here, PJ. This is it. more chance. Look, if Timothy Taylor was given a chance to do it again, I would probably change a few things. I'd listen to me a bit more. I travel the world with 3 brides, no hate to each his own. My name would no longer be Wise, you call me Jesus Jones. Pop off the hammer for jurors, return of a prodigal son. Go tell your favorite MCs to give him his style back, here he comes. If Timothy Taylor was given one chance to spit it again, he would rinse it till it's empty. Lock up to the track like Cindy. Black youth will come to the forefront. Hip-hop would feed the masses. No weapon formed against us will prosper or harass us. I'd educate your babies. I'd teach black men to raise them. I'd civilize your ladies. I'd be Captain Save-A-Ho. If Timothy Taylor was given a second chance at life, I'd tell Shaheed and Culture that what we had was right. I wouldn't have let my sister be murdered on the train tracks. I wouldn't have watched my old earth expire in the projects. If wise intelligence given one chance to make it whole, I'd buy back all your souls. I'd give you crowns of life. I'd bulldoze all the projects. I'd build ghettos of grandeur. Let Jada Kiss ask why. I'm here to provide the answers. No longer a need for black folk. See, physical labor's cheap. Job market in constant decline. They moving them overseas. Get money, the more to the ghetto. Pitch coca, clap your thing. No love for the poverty stricken. You flick up and form the game. If wise intelligence given a second chance to say this, I wouldn't water it down to compliment your radio playlist. I learned the hard way. There's no such thing as black broadcasters. They're simply puppets at the mercy of their slave masters. Whatever you think believing becomes the world around you. Poor people think abundance, riches will soon surround you. If wise intelligence given a chance to do it again, I'd think the thoughts of prophets. I'd rid the world of sin. No longer a need for rappers. Jesus Jones has entered the building. That certain way you feeling about what I be talking about. Talk shit while I'm walking out. Never let hate control your thinking. I'm he who speaks believing, who hip-hop fans are seeking. If Timothy Taylor was given a second chance at life, I would probably not even rap. I'd open schools abroad. If wise intelligence blessed with another chance to live, I would live for the love of the people, a little bit closer to God. I'd bind the brokenhearted, free the captive, touch the blind, crush the grapes, say the grace, and prepare the wine. Forgive the sins of our fathers, for which we suffer today. Return the sons of mothers who mourn for watch the Donnelly page. I'd organize the gangs. I'd give them the knowledge and know-how. I'd do this like Reginald Lewis. I'd teach them to leverage the buyouts. I'd give them a love for self. I'd wrestle with hell to be right. If Timothy Taylor was given another chance at life.
That was Wise, Intelligent, Another Chance at Life. We must consider that. A lot of us do things that we wish we'd have did different. But one thing I know I wouldn't do different is to stand and act on behalf of my people. Sometimes I get frustrated and feel like, feel like asking myself, is it worth it? And the answer is always yes, it is worth it, because that God that we looking for is us. It's not going to fall out the sky. And whoever our Savior is going to be, is going to come out of one of our women. It's going to be that's how our Savior's going to arrive. It's not going to fall out the sky. It's going to be one of us or us collectively. 9 times out of 10, it'll be us collectively. That's why J. Edgar Hoover said that he wanted to prevent the rise of a black messiah. He wasn't talking about one person. He was talking about one who will spark us coming together as a people and changing our condition would be the rise of that black messiah, that messianic person, one who has that message, one who has that word to give us, to have us get up off our ass and do something about our condition. And it's not going to happen with us sitting around. We're going to actually have to do things to become our savior. Now, everything we do has to be collectively. I see two of my brothers are starting farms, and that's a way for us to have self sufficiency and self reliance. My brother Big Dog Philly OG and Key Norfolk, they're starting farms, and that's what we need. That's a start for us to, when we need something that's essential as fruits and vegetables, we can go to our brothers for it. And that's how we have to actually raise ourselves up that way. When we get what we need that's essential, we're getting it from each other. Now, somebody else is going to sell something else. It's the bartering system. And then we don't have to worry about, you know, our enemy feeding us. Our enemy feeding us is just as bad as our enemy teaching us. I'm going to repeat that. Our enemy feeding us is just as bad as our enemy teaching us. Because a man that won't treat you right will not teach you right. And he damn sure not going to feed you right. The food is actually poison today. Death merchants. You can't even get water that we could say is good for us. Can't even get that. And then they tell us, and what they tell us is that we should eat 3 times a day and eat 3 times a day of the wrong stuff. Of the wrong stuff. They had their little triangle, little pyramid of foods telling us to eat 3 times a day, 3 times a day, becoming human consumption machines and eating all the wrong stuff. Milk does the body good when it's full of mucus. All kinds of nonsense. Pork's the new white meat when the old white meat's not good for you. Pumping the cattle with all kinds of steroids and drugs that make it grow fast because man is greedy. They don't want to wait till the cattle is fattened naturally to be slaughtered and become food, or they do shortcuts when it comes to the vegetables also. We have to choose a side. The inclusiveness, it costs too much. It has cost us too much. So we have to choose a side, and we have to, if we see someone who is undermining our efforts, we choose a side for them. If you're going to undermine our efforts, what we're trying to do as a people, we're going to ostracize you. get you from among us. And we don't need no intellectual masturbators. We don't need all that. Cats want to talk about what happened 1400 years ago. What's happening today? Because that's what we get. That's what we have, a whole bunch of intellectual masturbators. They want to sound smart. They get off by undermining the other brother or sister, wanting to be the smartest person in the damn room instead of us combining the information, us pooling our resources. Information is a resource too, but the information has been weaponized, and the information today is the damn distraction because we have a bunch of information junkies. Information junkies that's going to sit there and intellectually masturbate, but not going to get up and do a goddamn thing. That's why they spend so much time doing what they're doing. That's why they spend so much time, and a lot of them are information hoarders. The information hoarders, they'll hold it until they get in a sparring match intellectually with somebody. And they don't do it for the sake of teaching. They do it for the sake of undermining. They do it for the sake of showing somebody up. That's why they do it. For the sake of showing somebody up and making somebody look bad and making somebody look like they don't know nothing and he knows more than somebody else. And they'll call you brother at the same time. That's not brotherly. That's not brotherly. When they say each one teach one, they don't mean in that manner. You teach a brother and you properly handle your brother so he can feel. If I don't feel like you handling me like a brother, because that's the best title. Brother, sister. That's a term of endearment. But if I don't feel like you treating me as such, I'm going to go accordingly. That's not my brother or my sister, the one who's always on the platform, raising all kinds of hell. The bill can be going strong. Brothers is building for hours, and everybody is just giving information, adding on. That's what build means. A lot of these cats don't know because they never been to the parliament. They never been to the show and prove. They don't know nothing about that. It's like trendy. The term build is trendy to a lot of these cats. They don't know. I know P. Moses know because he's from New York. I know he know. I know OG know because he's from Philly. A lot of the guys, they be out there building, adding on to the information that is presented. That's building. If you come in to say somebody, if you come in to say somebody's capping, you're not building. You're not. Because all you should do if somebody is in error is present the correct information. You don't have to say he or she is capping. Add on mean add on. Because if I say something that may be incorrect, and you come behind me and just simply give the right answer, the correct information, contrary to what I say, you don't even have to say it's contrary. You can just say it. I'll ponder it and be like, yeah, okay. I like that better than what I said. And I'm man enough that if I say something incorrect, or if I give the incorrect information, I would immediately come back and tell the people that the information I gave was incorrect. I would do a retraction. Why? Credibility. That's why. credibility. I want to have credibility that I give the correct information always. And if I give incorrect information, I come and do a retraction. And that's still giving the correct information. A lot of these cats don't know of the first thing about building. They don't know the first thing about it. Because you see the behavior displayed on the platforms, on the so-called build. Let me build, let me build, let them cook. No, they there to cook. That's what they're there to do. To cook somebody. Let him cook. Let him cook. And what they're really stirring up is shit. They're not cooking because all of it stinks and they stirring up shit. I don't want to be around nobody cooking like that. Peace to my good brother, my comrade, Talk Your Talk Media. Salute to you, good brother. Thanks for tapping in. You hear these terms, let him cook, let her cook, or let me build, let me build. When someone comes to interrupt, disrupt, and tear down the build, in supreme mathematics, the number 8 is build and destroy. Some who call themselves building or destroying, they're not building. And they need to distinguish the two, building and destroying. Some things need to be tore down if somebody is intentionally deceiving us, being disingenuous and telling us lies. You're supposed to tear that down. And I'm not even going to say be polite when someone's intentionally trying to lead us in the wrong direction by telling us that we don't have no damn enemies and that's our imagination and we should pray for our enemies. We should pray for those who use us spitefully. All that biblical foolishness that got us in the condition we're in now because we're supposed to always be good. Take the high road. Be good. I say it like this. You treat people how you want to be treated. If that doesn't work, you treat them how they treat you. At least you can say you was not the aggressor. At least you can say that. You treat them how you want to be treated. Peace to my brother, Cuban Crisis. And if that doesn't work, you treat them how they treat you. I'm going to, put the link in the chat. Anybody want to come up? Be my guest. I'm not going to be too long here, but I felt this is pertinent that we have to choose a side. If we look, we can see how the inclusiveness costs too much by how much it's cost us. A lot of times when people ask us how they can help, just tell them you can help by leaving us alone and not hindering us. That's how you can help. Get out of our way. Don't hinder us in our progression. And that's foreign and domestic. because a lot of us hinder us. A lot of us hinder us. We have this inclusiveness about us that we can't do anything without involving others. When these other people are doing their thing as a people, we need to do ours as a people and not worry about nobody else. Again, don't go to parties we're not invited to, Democratic or Republican. Don't go to those parties. In all actuality, we should be our own party, and they should be saying, how are we going to get their votes? These people here, how are we going to get their votes? Wherever we decide to call ourselves. See, we have these arguments all the time about who we are or what we're going to call ourselves or who we are. But what kind of power are we exercising as who we say we are? Unless we exercise power as whether we call ourselves Indian, Aboriginal, Indigenous, whatever, if, peace to my brother Warfare K, do we really think that we don't have power as whether we call us decide to call ourselves? Do you think we're going to be respected without power, or powerless people going to be respected? Do you really think that should be a discussion? If we don't have power, do you think people with power is going to respect us? Okay, we decided this is who we are, but we don't have no unity under that guise. Okay, we're not doing a damn thing. A whole bunch of thinkers not doing a damn thing collectively under that guise. Do you think we're going to be respected? I say emphatically not. We won't be respected unless we empower ourselves. Now, as my brother just said, he used the word justice. Justice is a reward or a penalty, depending on what you did. Justice is a reward or penalty. Can we serve any one of them? That's the question. If somebody violate us, can we serve justice? If somebody do something good for us, can we serve justice? Can we give a reward or a penalty? That's justice. Can we do that as a people? Those are questions that we should be discussing. And we all should be discussing strategies to change our condition. Nobody want to talk about that. Why? It's work involved. That's why. Don't want to get to work. Cats don't want to get to work. As a people, we are weak. We want to involve everybody else. And we are sympathetic to our oppressors. We are sympathetic to our captors, whether you want to believe it or not. Peace, big ups. Thanks for tapping in. Whether some of us really want to ignore our ailment. A lot of us like to ignore our ailment, and we like those feel-good moments. You know, all the feel-good moments that we get on the platforms, they feel so good to say, okay, I'm this, I'm that, you know, but they're all just wick, wick, whack. What KRS once said, to tell the truth, I'm so and so, I'm this, I'm that, but they're all just wick, wick, whack. Get these feel good moments, might as well go to church. Might as well go to church if you're going to get the feel good moments. I want to make what we feel permanent. It has to be permanent what we do. Not these feel good moments. Everybody's saying, these sentiments in the chat and on the platform. Yet, what do we have to show for it? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we show up for it. We stay there. Not my bag. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it, tired of hearing it, tired of being a part of it. I'm going to discuss. I want to be people around me that's going to let us talk about things that's tangible. Tangible. And if I see you passing the collection plate around, or if I see you telling people they're lame because they won't give you their hard-earned money. A lot of these brothers and these sisters treat this YouTube like they got such a big production that it takes money to look. It takes money to produce a stream. I haven't heard nobody on any of these platforms thus yet that I will pay to hear debate. Not one. I won't pay to hear you niggas argue. None of you. First, you're arguing about something that's not tangible. And you're arguing about something that we cannot use as a people. I don't even think we should be talking about shit that we can't even use. We shouldn't talk about nothing. We shouldn't even pass on information that we can't use. All this unuseful ass information we pass on that we cannot apply to ourselves and make something happen and put our people in a better position. If the information is not going to do that, it's non-pertinent to me. Non-pertinent. Just had to mob the brother big ups up. Got to mind you up, brother. Been coming around, sharing information and participating in the conversation in the chat. So had to mind you up. And people, brothers and sisters are so used to doing what they do on platforms that they think they can do it everywhere. And some people don't appreciate order. They don't appreciate, having to have decorum and act like men and women. Some really don't. They're not used to that. But I'm not used to buffoonery. I'm not. When I hear buffoonery, I grew up in projects. I've seen it, but I'm not used to, engaging in it. Not used to that. So, and I've been far removed from it so long that when I hear it and I see it, it's not shocking, but it's like I don't like being around it. It's cringeworthy to see and hear buffoonery. Start off real smooth. And then it goes where it goes. And that's another part of choose a side. You're going to be this non-productive Negro, or are we going to start doing things? Had to start doing things. Like I said, my brothers got farms they started. They got farms, and and I was proud to hear it. I was proud to hear that it happened. That they're starting them. Yeah, we had to tighten up. We had to tighten up. I didn't plan to be, long. I wanted to invite somebody up. Nobody wanted, chop it up. So I'm gonna land right there because I'm not one to once I give the information that I wanted to present, I start babbling. That's not me. I present the information. If somebody want to add on, they add on. If not, I close out. That's what I do. But I want to thank everybody for coming through. My brother P. Moses, big ups. Sister Sharon Walker, my brother Warfare K, my brother Comrade, Talk Media, my brother Cuban Crisis, Sister Mama Love, thanks for tapping in. I want to thank everybody for coming through. My brother Big Dog Philly OJ, thanks for tapping in, brother. I appreciate everyone for tapping in. Yeah, we'll get a chance, brother Cuban. We got to do one. We'll get a chance to do a build. But I want to thank everybody for tapping in. I appreciate it, and I thank you, my sister. I'm going to be doing a stream in the near future. Again, the trial of Organa. It's the backwards Negro who is a hindrance to our people. I have a few brothers who are going to help me present this case, and we're going to put the backwards Negro on trial. We're going to put them on trial. It's the retrial of Organa. We got to put them on trial because they're a hindrance to our progression. And that's going to be coming soon. I'm doing my research. And we got a very, very, very powerful case against the backwards Negro. We got a case against them. A very powerful case. Definitely got a powerful case against this backwards Negro, because the backwards Negro has been a hindrance to our progression, standing in our way. And I thank you all for coming through. I'm going to leave you all with this.
He wants to buy a new Seville. Holding the other slave, got distracted on the way to grandma's house. A whooping last golden came through her mind and changed the way. And now she's turned out, lost and turned out, lost and turned out. What is the world coming to? So many are used and abused. There's over 10 million girls who are lost in this world.
I want to say peace, family. Thank you all for tapping in. This is your brother Nasir. Until next time, I say peace.